Allow this story to be a calm presence as you drift to sleep. A Star and Euphorbia. This story is about a young girl named Star who finds and heals an injured crow named Euphorbia, forming a lasting bond of affection and friendship with him. Once upon a time, in a small village, nestled between rolling hills and a vast forest, lived a young girl named Star. King Mahakapsayo was known for her radiant smile and gentle heart, qualities that made everyone in the village adore her. She loved exploring the forest, spending hours among the trees, flowers, and the gentle streams that meandered through the woods. One day, while wandering deeper into the forest than ever before, Star discovered an injured crow lying beneath a tall oak tree. The crow's feathers were as black as night, and its eyes, filled with pain, met Star's. Without hesitation, Star gently picked up the crow and carried it home. She named the crow Euphorbia, after the beautiful plant she found growing near the spot she had discovered him. Euphorbia, despite his initial fear, soon realized that Star meant him no harm. She tended to his wounds with meticulous care, wrapping them with soft bandages made from her old dresses. Every day she brought Euphorbia fresh water and the finest sheets, talking to him softly as she did. Under her care, Euphorbia began to heal. As the days turned into weeks, a deep bond formed between the girl and the crow. Euphorbia would hop onto Star's shoulder and accompany her on her forest adventures. Together, they explored hidden groves, sunlit clearings, and secret streams that sang sweet melodies as they flowed. One sunny afternoon, as they sat by their favorite brook, Euphorbia began to caw softly. Star looked at him with curiosity. Euphorbia flapped his wings and lifted off her shoulder, flying in circles above her head before darting into the woods. Star, weary and anxious, tried to follow him but quickly lost sight of him amidst the dense trees. She called out for him, but received no reply. Heartbroken, she returned home alone. Days passed, and Star's sadness grew. She missed Euphorbia dearly, and feared she might never see him again. One twilight, as the sky was painted with hues of pink and purple, Star sat on her porch, gazing at the forest edge. Suddenly, she felt a familiar presence. Looking up, she saw Euphorbia perched on the fence, but he wasn't alone. Surrounding him were several other crows, all of whom had bright, shiny objects in their beaks. Euphorbia flew to her shoulder and dropped a sparkling piece of quartz into her hand. Star's eyes filled with tears as she realized that Euphorbia hadn't left her. He had gone to bring her gifts to show his gratitude and affection. The other crows followed suit, dropping their treasures at her feet, small trinkets, colorful beads, and shimmering stones. Euphorbia cawed and nestled against her cheek, and Star hugged him tightly. From that day on, Star and Euphorbia were inseparable. Their affection for each other grew stronger, and their adventures more joyous. The village marveled at the unusual friendship, but to Star and Euphorbia, it was the most natural thing in the world. Their bond showed that love and kindness could transcend boundaries, opening hearts and forging connections in the most unexpected ways. And so, every night before bed, Star would tell of Euphorbia stories under the starlit sky. Grateful for the magical day she found a friend for life. Let's begin another chapter in tonight's journey. Sheila and Hannah's bosom. This story is about Tala and her joyful sprite friend Hannah, who embark on an adventure to find a magical bird whose song brings profound happiness. In a small, peaceful village nestled between emerald hills and sapphire lakes, lived a kind-hearted girl named Tiela. Her days were filled with joy as she explored the lush forests and flower-filled meadows, always accompanied by a delicate and shimmering being known as Hina, a joyful sprite. When his laughter, like the tinkling of crystal bells, brought warmth to every corner of the village. Phil and Hannah share a special bond, one woven from kindness, love, and an unspoken understanding of the natural world. One bright morning as golden sunlight filtered through the trees, Tiala and Hannah set off on one of their many adventures. They had heard rumors of a rare and magical bird that had been seen in the forest, its song said to bring happiness to all who heard it. Eager to find this bird, they walked hand in hand through the dappled light, their hearts filled with excitement. As they ventured further, the forest began to change. The trees stood taller and closer together, their leaves whispering secrets that only the wind could understand. Flowers with petals like delicate brushstrokes bloomed in radiant colors, and the air was filled with the scent of pine and wildflowers. Tiala and Hannah found themselves standing before a moss-covered stone archway, beyond which lay a hidden grove. The air within the grove felt fragrant, humming with a melody that seemed to dance just out of reach. With hearts racing, they stepped inside. The grove was a sanctuary, bathed in ethereal light and alive with the soft rustle of feathers. Perched high in the branches of a silver birch tree was the magical bird they sought. Its plumage shimmered like a rainbow, and as it opened its beak, a song of pure joy flowed forth, filling every corner of the grove with an enchanting melody. Tiala and Hannah stood mesmerized, the bird's song wrapping around them like a warm embrace. They felt their spirits lift and all worries fade away. It was as if the bird's song was a bridge to a place of pure happiness. Hannah, with her shimmering wings glowing brightly, began to dance in the air, her movements synchronized with the bird's melodious tune. While I watched in awe, feeling a surge of gratitude for such a magical moment. Together, they experienced a profound connection to the beauty of the natural world, and the simple joy that came from being present in that moment. The bird continued to sing, and Tiala and Hannah stayed until the last note faded into the evening air. As they left the grove, hearts filled with peace and happiness, they realized that the song had changed them. From that day forward, the village also seemed a little brighter, as if the bird's magic had woven its way into their lives. And so, Tiala and Hannah continued their adventures, always cherishing the memory of the bird's song and the joy it brought to their hearts. Another gentle journey awaits. Kala and Amaryllis, a tale of understanding. This story is about a girl named Kala and a goldfish named Amaryllis, who develop a deep understanding and bond through empathy and faith in each other. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and whispering streams, there lived a little girl named Kala. Kala had hair as golden as the sun and eyes as bright as the morning sky. One day, as she wandered near the village pond, she encountered a shimmering goldfish struggling near the water's edge. Upon closer inspection, she realized the goldfish had been caught in a tangle of reeds. Feeling a pang of Anakuhahame into the goldfish and placed it back into the pond. The goldfish's scales glistened like tiny mirrors reflecting the sunlight, and it swam in circles as if to thank her. Kala named the goldfish Amaryllis after her favorite flower. From that day forward, Kala visited the pond every day to spend time with Amaryllis. They developed a silent understanding. Kala would share her thoughts and dreams, while Amaryllis swam gracefully, listening intently. Seasons changed, and their bond deepened. One autumn afternoon, a terrible storm rolled into the village. The winds howled, and the rain poured down in fierce torrents, flooding the pond. Kala feared for Amaryllis' safety. As soon as the storm subsided, she rushed to the pond and found it transformed into a murky whirlpool. She called out for Amaryllis but received no response. She knelt by the edge, tears mixing with the muddy water. Suddenly, she saw a golden flicker beneath the surface. Against the odds, Amaryllis emerged, resilient and unscathed. Cal realized that her bond with Amaryllis was more profound than she had ever imagined. They had understood each other without words, and now she knew that true understanding meant having faith in one another, even in the stormiest of times. As the years went by, Cal grew older and wiser. She often returned to the pond, and Amaryllis would always appear, a symbol of their enduring friendship. This tale of understanding between a girl and her goldfish became a cherished legend in the village, reminding everyone that ambient connection transcend the barriers of language and species. The next story awaits to bring you closer to sleep. Magnolia and Jasmine, a tale of empathy. This story is about a girl named Magnolia and her parrot Jasmine, who showed empathy by rescuing and healing an injured rabbit, inspiring their whole village. Once upon a time in a quaint, tree-lined village, there lived a gentle girl named Magnolia. She had warm brown eyes and a heart as soft as the petals of a blooming flower. Magnolia's best friend was not human but a vibrant parrot named Jasmine. Jasmine's feathers shimmered in hues of emerald and gold, and her eyes sparkled with curiosity. The duo was known throughout the village for their inseparable bond and the joy they spread. In summer afternoon, as the sun bathed the village in a golden glow, Magnolia and Jasmine were walking through the meadow. Magnolia's laughter rang out like a sweet melody, and Jasmine mimicked her joyous sounds. Suddenly, they heard a whimpering noise coming from behind a cluster of bushes. Magnolia's empathetic heart guided her to investigate, and she discovered a small injured rabbit. Without hesitation, she scooped up the trembling creature and cradled it in her arms. "Don't worry, little one," Magnolia whispered soothingly. Jasmine perched on her shoulder, crooning a soft song of comfort. Magnolia carefully carried the rabbit back to her couch, where she tended to its wounds with gentle, precise movements. Jasmine watched closely, occasionally offering encouraging chirps. Days passed, and the rabbit slowly regained its strength. Every day, Magnolia and Jasmine visited the little creature, bringing it tender leaves and fresh water. The rabbit's gratitude was evident in its eyes, and it soon began to offer out with newfound energy. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm amber glow, Magnolia and Jasmine sat on the porch with the now healthy rabbit. Magnolia's heart swelled with pride and joy, knowing they had made a difference. She looked at Jasmine and said, "Empathy is the key to a kinder world, my friend." Jasmine fluffed her feathers and nodded, mimicking Magnolia's wise observation. From that day on, Magnolia and Jasmine continued their compassionate journey, helping any creature in need. Their actions reminded the villagers of the beauty of empathy, and soon, the entire village began to mirror their kindness. Magnolia and Jasmine's tale of empathy became a cherished bedtime story, inspiring generations to come. Remember, always be true to yourself and others. With those words, Orange faded into the mist, leaving a sense of wonder and peace in Jasmine's heart. She returned home, never forgetting the cloud gradient and the lesson of honesty she had learned. Ribonist continued to thrive, and Jasmine grew up to be a beacon of truth and kindness in her community, always remembering the magical encounter of her childhood. Good night. May comfort and calmness fill your dreams.